What's going on, everybody? This is Jay Leno, and I'm here today to talk to you guys about Tales of the TMNT episode 5. Alright, so here we go. So with the first 4 episodes, each individual turtle pretty much gets its own screen time and character development to go on the story, which is something that we're accustomed to, and we kind of get an opportunity to see the vibe of the personality of each individual turtle. Some of the things you can point out if you are a shellhead like myself is I guess if you might want to call it an evolution or the change or the versions or variations and personalities of the different turtles. You get that through the first 4 episodes, but this is episode 5. So within episode 5, we go into the origin of this segment of this season's villain, which is Bishop, which is, to me, if I'm not mistaken, is the first time that I've seen Bishop introduced so early in a Ninja Turtle series. You can be familiar with Bishop if you go all the way back to the early Mirage days. You also have had glimpses of Bishop as well in the 2003 series. You've also seen Bishop as well in the 2012 series. Might be hard to point him out when you're watching this episode because Bishop is now a Hispanic woman that is a mechanic or developer and is a master of robotics. Alright, so with that being said, this episode is kind of giving you an origin to Bishop and her character in the Tales of the TMNT and her origin. So basically, Bishop originally developed her first robot, and none other than Superfly from the original Mutant Mayhem film had unintentionally killed her robot, which was the beginning of her immediate hate for mutants in general. Not the turtles didn't do it, it was Superfly, but she's biased. She's like, I hate all mutants at this point. And so what she ends up doing is running into Rod, which, if you remember from the first couple of episodes, if I'm not mistaken, that will be episode 2 with Michelangelo when they went to the zoo. So Rod's father funds Bishop. So Bishop works for Rod. Well, basically, Rod's father is funding Bishop, which is making these robots to seek after and destroy all mutants. Alright, so with that being said, it's, to me, this particular episode gave me something that I'm not accustomed to. It's an episode dedicated to a villain. This sums up episode 5 in the nutshell, and I like the direction this is going. There are some minor changes that I just have to critique, but with me being invested as a TMNT fan, I'm gonna roll with the ship and keep this thing going. So moving forward, this episode was needed. It's not one of my favorites of the episode, but it's good for the acknowledgement and the progression of its storyline. I honestly believe that we're going to get a season 2, but that being said, that's pretty much what episode 5 is. If I were to rate this episode, I'd give it a 4 out of 10. Bishop's not that interesting to me. Bishop's never really been that interesting to me at all. Them race swapping Bishop, I don't really think it's needed. I believe that the Tales of TMNT have a lot of diversity, but maybe this is their attempt to bring in the Hispanic crowd. You know, I'm not Hispanic, so I don't know how much of a connection, I personally would have, or with anybody else would have, with having Bishop being Hispanic. I do know doesn't really have much of a purpose. I would honestly would recommend moving forward, anybody who hasn't watched this series yet, to continue watching and go to 6. This episode 5 kind of makes you want to run your head into a wall, considering if you're a shellhead. But that's kind of my review. Let me know what you guys think of episode 5. Let me know what you think about Bishop in general as a character. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel. This is Jay Leno, and I'm out.